Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. So, Dean Henderson has signed a 5-year contract with Manchester United. So this will keep him at the football club until 2025, and there's also an option of a further year. And Dean Henderson will earn around £120,000 a week. So reflect on that. Now he's one of the highest paid goalkeepers in the world. It was only last year that Dean Henderson had signed a new deal worth around £60,000 a week. But this is very, very good news from a Manchester United perspective. Obviously, before he signed this new deal, his current contract did still run until 2022. Now, Dean Henderson obviously will battle David De Gea for the number one spot this season. And I think that Solskjaer's got to put Dean Henderson as number one for this season. Because I believe now that Dean Henderson is reliable enough to become our number one goalkeeper. Because he has got that experience behind him. Dean Henderson did endure 2 successful loans with Sheffield United. And I've got to say, he was Sheffield United's player of the season. I think he kept around 13 clean sheets in the Premier League last season. Dean Henderson has also had other loan spells as well. Obviously, he had a loan spell at Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. We actually got Dean Henderson from Carlisle back in 2011. Dean Henderson's been part of the club though for several years. He first came to United, I think, at the age of 14. He's in his early 20s now, so he's definitely the foreseeable future for Man United. Solskjaer did recently say though that Dean Henderson is not yet ready to become number one. He did say he wants David De Gea to remain number one for at least one more season. But like I've said in regards to David De Gea, I think he is a liability now. I think David De Gea has had 7 good years out of the 9 years he's been at Man United. In the last couple of years, he has been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he has made. I think this season will be David De Gea's 10th season at Manchester United. Obviously, we paid just over £18 million for him from Atletico Madrid back in 2011. And I did say when David De Gea does eventually leave Manchester United, he will go back to Spain. Main explanations is because he was born in Spain, his relatives are from Spain, girlfriend from Spain, and he began his footballing career in Spain. And back in 2015, he was close to joining Real Madrid, but due to a fax machine, the deal never materialised, so he ended up staying at Manchester United. It was only last September that David De Gea signed a 4-year deal with Man United worth around £375,000 a week. So he's the highest paid goalkeeper in the world, and I think he's the highest paid at the football club. But Solskjaer said that De Gea's been the best goalkeeper in the world for the last 9 or 10 years because he has won everything domestically at the football club, and he has won individual awards reflecting on his good performances over the years. But Solskjaer said he has been the best in the world, for the last 9 or 10 years. De Gea has made 405 appearances for Man United in all competitions, and I think he's made around 300 odd appearances in the Premier League. So that's very, very good news on Dean Henderson. But to be fair, we have extended a lot of players' contracts since Solskjaer got recommended into the club. The most recent player to sign new contracts, obviously before the Dean Henderson news got announced, was Brandon Williams. He signed a 4-year contract with Manchester United, with an option of a further year. Matic, he signed a 3-year contract. Tom Way, just after lockdown, he signed a 5-year contract with the football club. But this is a very, very good news. Now, I just want to delve into some news on Harry Maguire. I've been talking with you about Harry Maguire on a regular basis. Now, this is in Sky Sports. I'm going to read it out to you. So he says, Harry Maguire Manchester United's captain's conviction nullified and appeal for retrial accepted. Appeal may not be heard for several months. Wait there a second. And his retrial could take months or up to a year to take place after the original verdict was nullified. We do know that Harry Maguire is going to keep the captain's armband at Manchester United. Personally speaking, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should take the captaincy off Harry Maguire, and I think he should give it to either Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba, because they are the ones that show fantastic leadership in the team. We obviously give Harry Maguire the captaincy, reflecting on Ashley Young's departure back in January. And obviously this season will be Harry Maguire's second season at the football club, and there's aspects of his game that's got to improve. Last season was Harry Maguire's first season at the football club, and I thought he had some good games, but he also had some bad games. Harry Maguire is the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club, just behind Paul Pogba, because we paid £80 million for him from Leicester last summer. Now, Harry Maguire recently got a suspended sentence of 21 months and 10 days. Obviously, following his trial in Greece. So obviously, if Harry Maguire does do out in this period, then obviously, he will go to jail. Obviously, it was saying before he had his trial and that Harry Maguire could actually pay around £90,000 to avoid going to jail. And recently, him and his friends racked a £63,000 bar bill. But anyway, Harry Maguire was found guilty of attempted bribery, public violence against employers. I think there was another incident after arrest as well, and repeated bodily harm. So this is what he was found guilty of. Harry Maguire obviously was arrested recently, and he spent a few nights in the Greek cells. So two other men were arrested. Harry Maguire obviously allegedly tapped police because actually his sister had been stabbed. But obviously Harry Maguire's lawyer had told the Greek court that Harry Maguire was actually kicked in the legs by police. And, it also said, that his career was over. Harry Maguire had told the police that, do you know who I am? I'm the captain of Manchester United and I am rich. So I think a retrial is definitely, going to go ahead. Harry Maguire so far, I think, has scored 3 goals for Manchester United. He scored in the 6-0 win against Tranmere. He scored in our 2-1 win against Norwich in the FA Cup quarter-final. And he also scored in our 2-0 away win against Chelsea. But we won't sell him in this summer transfer window, but there is uncertainty now regarding his future. So Solskjaer's got a big decision to make on him. He really, really has. But that's the news on Harry Maguire. Now, I just want to delve into some more news on Lionel Messi from Barcelona. I've spoken with you about him on my 2 previous videos today. Now, obviously, yesterday, Lionel Messi put a transfer request in at Barcelona. And Barcelona have accepted his decision. Have accepted Lionel Messi's decision that he does want to leave. It said in the Metro that Barcelona have named their asking price and they will not let him leave for less than £200 million. Now, it does say that Lionel Messi has got a €700 million buyout clause, but this has now expired, and Lionel Messi is under contract with Barcelona till 2021, so he's available for free next year. Now, it does actually mention that Man United have been in negotiations with Lionel Messi's representatives over a possible move. I'm very, very sceptical that he'll come to Manchester United. Also, recent reports have said that Man City are the favourites to sign him, and reportedly Man City could offer up to 150 million euros, and plus they could offer 2 of their players, so it is a players plus cash deal. Man City went in for him before. There's rumours saying that he could even go to PSG. And I think that Lionel Messi is at risk of a FIFA ban over his contract dispute. That's according to Sky Sports. And reportedly, he is set to go to Barcelona training on Monday. Now, Lionel Messi has spent the entirety of his senior career with Barcelona. Obviously, he made his senior debut in 2004. He's won 33 major honours with Barcelona. He's won 6 Ballon d'Ors. He holds the record for the most La Liga goals. He's got 444. He's got like 36 hat-tricks in the La Liga and 183 assists in the La Liga. And he has got over 700 goals for club and country. I think he's actually the top goal scorer for Argentina. But obviously Messi is regarded as the best player in the world. Messi is obviously at the age of 33, so he is coming to an end now of his footballing career. But Barcelona did recently lose 8-2 to Bayern Munich. So reflects on that. That's maybe one of the main explanations why Messi's put this transfer request in. They recently did sack their manager Barcelona. They've just recently appointed Ronald Koeman in. So yeah, so that's the news on Lionel Messi. So we don't know what his next club is gonna be. Obviously, earlier on today, I give you the breaking news on Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Actually, it was positive news because Jadon Sancho believes that his transfer to Manchester United will happen in this summer transfer window. He does mention the personal terms have been agreed, and Sancho's agreed a 5-year contract with Man United worth around £340,000 a week. But obviously no fee has yet come to an agreement, and I have said throughout the course of this Jadon Sancho transfer saga, it has been Borussia Dortmund's asking price that has been the stumbling block. Because Borussia Dortmund's valuation is around £108 million, and we have said we're only willing to pay like £60 or £70 million up front. But in reality, I think Jadon Sancho's worth at the tops £80 million. I don't think he's worth any more than that, despite the fact that he is a world-class player. But Sky Sports did recently say that Jadon Sancho to Manchester United could be now or never. So what it means is if we don't sign him in this summer transfer window, we will never sign him. But there has been so many players on our agenda because obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is looking to improve the squad. But we've got to hurry up and make signings. We really, really have. The summer transfer window has been open now for over 4 weeks and we have not yet made any signings. And my element of concern is that these teams around us that are doing very, very good recruitment, Chelsea, they've made good signings so far. They signed Hakim Ziyech back in February, they signed Werner. I think they've agreed to get Chilwell, they're getting Thiago Silva on a free. I think they've also agreed to get Havertz. Arsenal, they've just recently signed Gabriel Magalhaes and they got Willian on free. Liverpool recently signed Tsimikas from Olympiacos. Man City, they've signed Ferran Torres and Nathan Ake. Tottenham, they recently signed Holberg from Southampton and they got Joe Hart on a free. But, we've got to hurry up and start making signings. Solskjaer is desperate to make signings at Manchester United. And I think Solskjaer has said he wants to make at least 3 signings in this summer transfer window. And I think Ed Woodward has said he wants Man United to make around 3 or 4 signings in this summer transfer window. But this summer transfer window is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager. But I've said to you recently, haven't I, that Manchester United are losing patience with the board, reflecting on the lack of transfer activity. I think, Woodward and the Glazers just need to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer more backing in this summer transfer window because Obviously, Woodward has said before that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe, even when we went through that bad period at the first part of last season, when we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And don't forget, at that point, Solskjaer was close to getting sacked. Obviously, the Glazers, they've also said they're willing to back him. But Woodward even has assured a few times that Solskjaer's job is safe. Woodward's been at the football club since 2012 and the Glazers have been at the football club since 2005. But let's be honest, our recruitment policy has been poor for several years. It really, really has. But I think now, at this moment in time, Solskjaer is in a similar situation to how Jose Mourinho was. Because obviously, when Jose Mourinho was at the football club, okay, he did recommend 11 players into Man United and spent around 400 million or just under 400 million pounds. But obviously, in the summer of 2018, Mourinho said that he wanted to get a centre-half in, and he never got a centre-half in. And obviously, the main explanations why it didn't work out under Jose Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board, he had bad disputes with the top players. He didn't get on with Pogba, Rashford, Martial, Shaw and all of that, and Fred didn't get on with him. And these are the reasons why it didn't work out under Mourinho. He did win 2 trophies in his first season at Man United, and that was the Europa League and the League Cup. But I don't even know what our transfer budget is. I'm pretty sure it said at the end of last season that we have got around 140 million to spend in this summer transfer window. I think at the end of last season, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did outline his transfer plans. But there's still a long way to go yet, until the transfer window shuts. It is open until October. Earlier on in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial career, he had worked out his transfer strategy. And he did actually say that he wants to recruit young British players to Manchester United. So far at the football club, though, Solskjaer spent over £200 million. And he's brought 5 players in. Obviously, he's made 4 permanent signings. He's also brought a few academy players in as well. But this season is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's second full season at the football club. And he knows this season is the big test for him, because he knows this season, Solskjaer, that he'll have bigger expectations to exceed. Our expectations this season probably will be to challenge for the title and probably win a major honour. Because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. And we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years, and that's the first time this has happened in 31 years. If we don't make any signings in this summer transfer window, we will struggle this season. And maybe if we don't get any signings, then maybe our expectations won't be to challenge for the title. But if we do make signings, then we'll be expected minimum to challenge for the title. We really, really will. But I thought last season Solskjaer did quite well. Obviously, last season was his first full season at the football club. And to be fair, he exceeded most of his expectations. Obviously, got us to 3 semi-finals, got us to the FA Cup semi-final, got us to the Europa League semi-final, and got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Solskjaer said semi-finals are not good enough. He got us qualification for the Champions League, and he also got us 3rd. But obviously, with us getting qualification for the Champions League, I said, didn't I, we should enjoy a very, very good window. If we hadn't got qualification for the Champions League, then I don't think we'd have got the players that we did obviously want to get in and that. But I did say how important Champions League was for our players, attracting players, and for the financial structure. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. The last time we won it was in Ferguson's last season, so we haven't actually won it for 7 years. But we are the most successful team in Premier League history, because we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier Leagues, don't forget. But Solskjaer's got big decisions to make. He really, really has. We're not only going to focus on the incomings in this summer transfer window. We've also got to decide on what players we are going to get rid of, because obviously Solskjaer's going to get rid of more of the deadwood at the football club. We could get rid of up to 10 players in this summer transfer window. We could get rid of up to 10 players in this summer transfer window. Yeah, I expect us to get rid of Lingard. I also expect us to get rid of Andres Pereira. I also expect us to get rid of Smalling, Rojo, Phil Jones, Diego Dalot. Some will say we need to get rid of Bay. Some will need to say we need to get rid of Victor Lindelof. As you all know, Sergio Romero's open to leaving Man United. But, we get rid of players in this summer transfer window, then obviously, will generate money and it will help us with our rebuilding process. Obviously, we're going to loan a few youngsters out as well. Garner and Dylan Levitt are going to be going out on loan. Joe Pereira's going out on loan to Huddersfield. Kovar, he's also going out on loan as well. But there you go. But Solskjaer has been at Manchester United now around, 19 or 19 and a half months, and obviously I've taken positives from his tenure so far. Like I said, our recruitment has improved under Solskjaer. I think last season he promoted the youth very, very well. I think our record against the top 6 sides improved last season. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended into Man United. We've seen a few big names leave since Solskjaer came in. We saw Lukaku leave. Shouldn't have got rid of him. I think we made a mistake getting rid of him. Herrera, he left. We made a mistake getting rid of him. Obviously, Sanchez, we made the right decision by getting rid of him. Angel Gomez. Some United fans will say we should have kept him, because a lot of United fans believed he had a long future at the club, because obviously Gomez was part of the club for several years, but obviously, Gomez wasn't getting his chances. So in a way, we did make the right decision by letting him go. Tahith Chong recently went out on loan to Werder Bremen. We made the right decision getting rid of him, so he can obviously get regular first team football. Wasn't really getting his chances at Man United. We let Valencia leave the football club last summer. He enjoyed 10 years at the club. Young left in January. Darmian left the football club last summer. Fellaini, he went to China in January 2019. He was the first player to leave under Solskjaer. We loaned Smalling and Rojo out, don't forget, but obviously now they're back at Man United. We loaned Dean Henderson out, but now obviously he's back. Joe Pereira's going out on loan for another season. But there you go. Let me just go turn my light on because it is a bit dark in here. This should look a bit more better now. This should look a bit better. Yes, that's much better. But there's still improvements needed under Solskjaer. There really, really is. I think definitely Solskjaer's got to improve his decision making. He really, really has. I think there's aspects of our game that's still got to improve. I also believe that there's still certain players that have got to step up to the plate. We actually are undefeated in the Premier League since January. Last team to beat us was Burnley at Old Trafford 2-0, and that was the first time Burnley had beaten us at Old Trafford in like 58 years or something like that. But yeah, unbeaten in our last 14 league games. We did go on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions until Chelsea had beaten us in the FA Cup semi-final. But if this season, if things don't work out under Solskjaer, then obviously there'll be a lot of United fans saying that, we need to sack him. We haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers. Don't forget, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Ferguson era. We have sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. Obviously, we sacked David Moyes. He enjoyed, 8-9 months at the club. Moyes obviously, brought 2 players in. He obviously brought Fellaini and Juan Mata in. Spent around £67 million. Ferguson was ever at the fault for recommending Moyes in, but that's the only mistake Ferguson made, recommending him in. But the main explanation why Ferguson recommended him in is because they was both Scottish. Louis van Gaal, he got sacked after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under Van Gaal. Van Gaal brought around 16 players in. He brought players like, obviously, he brought Romero in on a free. He brought Herrera in. He brought Sebastian Schweinsteiger in, Di Maria, Schneiderlin, Falcao, Daley Blind, Rojo, Martial Shaw, Memphis Depay, Rojo. He brought a hell of a lot of players in, did Louis van Gaal. Obviously, Jose Mourinho, like I said, he enjoyed 2.5 years at the football club. You know, he also brought a lot of players in, like I mentioned. I think under Van Gaal we spent over 200 was it just over £200 million, and under Mourinho spent just under £400 million, and obviously now under Solskjaer we spent over £200 million. So we spent nearly £1 billion in the last 7 years, and we've recruited a good 32, 33 players in since Alex Ferguson left. But we haven't dominated English football since Ferguson. You know, Ferguson endured 20 odd years at Manchester United. Obviously won a total of 38 major honours, including 13 Premier League titles. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. But I just think it's going to be hard for any manager in general or any manager at Man United to replicate Ferguson's legacy or to last as long as Alex Ferguson did. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. But, well, I said, didn't I? You know, we've got to give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at least another season at the club, because it is a transition period, and it has been a transition period for a while. You know, the vast majority of this team's not Solskjaer's. You know, Solskjaer's inheriting players, you know, from, you know, the Mourinho era, Van Gaal era, and Moyes era. So, there you go. But I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure to work out at Man United, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. You know, he was a fantastic player for the football club. He was obviously no super sub. You know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's most iconic moment as a player was obviously 1999 when he scored the goal to win the club the treble. Obviously one of the club's greatest achievements, or is the club's greatest achievement. You know what I mean? And, you know, the good news is now that Solskjaer has got that managerial experience behind him as well. You know, Man United's the third club in his managerial career. But there you go. We know that we've got Crystal Palace on the opening day. You know, that's a game that Manchester United should win. But what players do you want Man United to sign in this summer transfer window? You know, obviously there's a lot of United fans that want Sancho to come in. Some United fans want Grealish to come in. Some United fans even want Donovan de Beek to come in. I give you the news on Donovan de Beek, didn't I, recently? Some United fans would obviously like to see a centre-half come in. Some United fans would like to see a left-back come in. Some United fans would even like to see a striker come into the football club. But, yeah. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.